insulin. So there's a new report finding Americans lose trillions of their own dollars when they retire by claiming Social Security at the wrong time. So, for example, if you were to qualify for a monthly check at $725 at age 62, you could instead collect $1,280 a month by waiting until 70. Chris Hogan is a personal finance expert with Ramsey Solutions and the author of Everyday Millionaires. It's good to have you here. The reason this caught my eye is because my mom and dad are retired. I know that they went through all of these calculations of when do you start taking Social Security, because, Chris, people are giving the government a lot of their money to play with when they could actually just wait a few years and get a lot more of what they put in.
Dana, you're absolutely right. There is power in being patient and understanding the difference in dollars. And you're right. The last thing you want to do is give the government back $3.4 trillion, right? So we got to look, and we have to be aware and have knowledge of the right kind of timing and what kind of moves to make for the overall financial health.
If you look at this chart here, we have it's called the opposite of ideal, right? So claiming decisions by percentage of retirees at each age. If you take a look at this, what you are actually able to claim if you just wait just a little bit longer, and a lot of people, I know people want to retire after they've put in all those long, hard years of work, but everybody's living a little bit longer. It's going to be more expensive to retire. So this, to me, this chart says you have to figure out a way to be smart. And if you're with your family this weekend, you've got to tell them to make really good, smart decisions. You don't want them to be penalized.
No, you're absolutely right. I think the discussion about this money and the right money moves really helps people gain in knowledge to understand what's going on and the right kind of timing. But too often, Dana, people aren't talking about this. They're left to their own devices, and then they're kind of picking and choosing what moves to make at the right time. So let's eliminate the guesswork. Sit down with an investment professional, but not just anyone. You want to work with someone that has the heart of a teacher. They want to educate you and guide you to help you reach your goals.
What's the best way to find somebody who will have your best interests in mind?
Well, I think you start off with family and friends to find out if they know of anyone that they're working with. And if not, go to someone you trust. For example, Dave Ramsey and I have put together a network of investment professionals that have the heart of a teacher. They're going to help guide you. They're not trying to sell you things. So start with family and friends, then go to trusted resources.
And then you have your quotient, you call it. Tell us about this.
Well, what I found when I wrote my first book, Retire Inspired, in 2016, is that America needed a wake-up call on retirement. Too many people were feeling around in the dark, and they didn't know how much money they would need, so they were just guessing. So I wanted to eliminate the guesswork and help people kind of rein in and know what they're dealing with. So the RIQ is a free tool at my website, chrishogan360.com, where you plug in some basic information to get a general idea of what kind of lifestyle are you looking for in retirement.
Okay, so what would that be? So you say that if you're, I have this chart here. If you're 45 years old, you have an annual income of $65,000, you'd like to retire in 20 years. Okay, that makes sense. You have $50,000 in retirement estimated expenses, about $5,000 per month. And then what you say is what?
Well, what I say is understanding, number one, that that's how much you're going to need per month. Now, you're choosing this based on your lifestyle, what kind of traveling you're doing or interacting. But if you're saying you need $54,000 or $5,000 a month to live on, then the RIQ is going to show you your big number. You're going to need $1.8 million to be able to live the lifestyle you want in retirement. But it takes it a step further, Dana, and this is what I like. It's showing you how much you need to be investing right now in order to get there.
I see.
So in this example, it's around $1,300 a month. So that helps people to rein in and kind of see, hey, this is what I need to be investing right now to get to my goal.
Oh, well, I love this kind of information because I think financial anxiety for people that are going into retirement is very real. And if your parents are dealing with it, your grandparents, there are ways to help them, and you can also help yourself in the future. I have to ask you something. I know you're in Nashville because I see you in the background. I love Nashville. I don't know if you've been able to see the show. I got a question. How do you feel about those electric scooters in Nashville?
Well, I think the scooters are an excellent thing for tourists to be able to get around town. And people are enjoying them. I just think people need to be smarter and safer as they ride them.
See, nobody's riding them safely. Nobody's doing that. I'm going to have to try to see if I can get you on my side, Chris. Get some some regulations or something. I'm not for banning them, though. I'm not for banning.
No, but I think anytime you have certain rules that are in place to keep people safe, I think it's a good move. But eliminating them is not an option. I don't think that's a good move.
And what I should do is have you with me, and then you can, with that powerful voice, tell them to leave me alone and get out of my way.
I like this. You and I could be uniformed officers walking around taking care of people.
I would love that. Chris Hogan, we love having you. Have a great 4th of July. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And still ahead, Budweiser.